the youth's favorite product, Zyn.
Is that from the vape or is it different?
They're little nicotine pouches. It's not tobacco, like you don't spit or anything like that.
Zyn came into the US first in 2014. In 2019, 127 million cans were shipped. 2023, 1.3 billion cans were shipped. It is owned by
Philip Morris? Yeah.
Philip Morris. They bought it from a Swedish company.
I know no one's here to take my medical advice, but I don't want to act like, oh, it's all good. It's fucking nothing. Like, it's not nothing. The same way caffeine isn't nothing, but it's not something that on the list that Congress should be looking at.
Yeah, I mean, until Congress bans TikTok, alcohol, and fast food,
I mean,
I don't want to
sugar.
hear a goddamn thing about Zyn.
Right.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I'll say I just drove here from golfing and I gave my mom a call on the way. And she said, I don't remember what the topics were, but the last 2 Sundays, she was a huge fan of.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
wow. Thank you, Mrs. Paff.
Yeah, she was frightened by your home invasion story, which was Wednesday.
Yeah.
So she didn't love that one because very frightening.
I got a lot of texts because obviously I talked about the pod and I only told a handful of friends and
Right.
obviously you guys about, and you know, I think a lot of people care about me. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you find out in those moments, you know?
They were like, I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah. Nothing like a near death, you know, home invasion. I saw this thing on TikTok last night that was a Sandra Bullock. Josh, can you maybe Google, did Sandra Bullock home invasion?
Wow.
I don't know how old it was, but it was Sandra Bullock in a closet on the phone, her 911 call. You hear the guy banging on the door. He's in my house. He's in my house. He's banging on my door. He's banging on my door.
It's like a movie.
And the cops come. Literally. It might have been a movie. I don't know. You know, it's TikTok. So
Yeah, you never know what's real.
it could have been anything. But they said, what's your name?
Mine was
Sandra.
real.
Yours was real. Yours wasn't for clout. You sure you're not doing a little Jussie Smollett here for the pod?
Oh, for the ratings. No,
I sent the video.
No, we didn't. We just saw guy Santa Claus. It could have been Santa Claus walking
Santa.
in. We
That
don't know
could've
what's
been an
going on.
uncle. Where's that video? Did
Where's
you
it? We need the inside video.
I have both.
No, we only saw the door opening.
And I have the door leaving.
I know, but we didn't see what you claim to be.
But that could have been a family
shouting
friend. That
match.
could have been your neighbor.
I need the shouting match inside.
We would not have that.
You
Interesting.
should have sound.
Neither did
You
Justin.
have fucking Nest.
Funny,
We want the sound.
That's right where Jussie's story stopped as well.
Yeah,
You know?
we need sound. You gotta go to your Nest. Pull the sound.
Don't you think the eight
cops-
cops that showed up?
They showed up for Jussie too.
We have no images of that. You could
No, you can
So
still
you think
call
I'm
the
faking
cops.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is starting to sound real fishy.
Yep.
Is
it is
true or
Hollywood.
untrue?
There's something in 2014, home invasion.
All right, never mind.
Okay.
Fake news.
All right.
All right, well,
Speaking of Hollywood, it is the Oscars.
yeah. Madness in the streets.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go back and forth through
Why were you in that-
Highland like 4 times today.
Why were you in that area?
Because we went to Griffith Park for a school kind of hike, and then Haley had to go back to Griffith Park for like a play date, and then we ate in that area, and it was just a whole lot of coming back and forth. So
Big
a lot
Hollywood
of
day.
traffic.
A lot of traffic, protests.
There was some protest
On Hollywood or where?
everywhere around the.
Do you think the protests were because the Oscars were happening?
Yeah, obviously they knew that the foot traffic were there.
Okay.
What I didn't realize was I always thought the Oscars were 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel brought this up.
What did he say?
At 5:30, he said the producers thought everyone knew it was 4 p.m., but everyone thought it was 5 p.m.
No, so this is going to affect their ratings because
I know.
I realized at 5.
I think they probably saw the ratings. They were like, why isn't anyone watching?
Yeah, because it's always at 5.
So
at
it was
least
at
on the
4
West
instead.
Coast. Pardon?
It was at 4 instead.
4, so 7 p.m. Because like I remember just as a child, like Oscars were at 5 p.m. because they, you know, the big thing was back in the day they used to show time delayed, but then social media screwed it up and the internet, so you had to start showing it live. And I think the Grammys started at 5 p.m. as well, but whatever. So then you guys started talking about it.
Yeah, 4
And I'm
p.m.
outside
I watched the monologue. Yeah, 4 p.m.
I'm playing soccer outside with the kids, and I go, it's like 4:30. What are you guys talking about? The Oscar's not on. And so I think that was a huge flub.
Yeah, that's a big mistake because the fact that Kimmel had to come on at 5:30
And tell people,
say,
welcome.
hey, everyone thought it was starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time, but we actually start at 4. We're an hour and a half in. Should we just start over? That's literally what he said.
That's
I mean,
what
that's a
happens with
joke.
all the DEI hires.
What are you
Got a
pointing
point.
at? What are you pointing at? Trump, all Trump did was point.
The man's got a
Trump
point.
just literally just did a point.
Hey, I think that was I didn't say it, but it sounds reasonable. Point.
But the point that it wasn't communicated to the national public, because this was a big Oscars because there were so many stars. This was like
real stars with it.
Real stars. Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling,
B. Coop.
Cillian Murphy.
What is B. Coop in? Is he in any movies?
He was nominated.
He's
What's
gotta
he?
be. For what? What's he in? What's B. Coop in right now?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows any of these movies.
I know.
No, but it's Barbie. It's the Barbie Oppenheimer
Yeah.
Oscars.
Yeah.
Right? What was it called? Would they do the like meme thing?
Barbenheimer?
Yeah, Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
This was the Oscars of like all Oscars. So
Robert
I
Downey Jr.
actually looked at the viewership
Guardians of the
for
Galaxy.
the Oscars of the last.
Last year was 18 million.
Yeah,
which
last
is
year
the
was
worst
18
ever.
million. No, the year before was 10.
Oh, wow. Oh, that was the COVID
year.
Yeah.
And I think it peaked at like 45 million.
Yeah.
And people are thinking this is going to do 23 to 25 million.
I think because
What
of
was
the
the
time
slap?
they blew it.
You think they blew it?
I think they blew it because of the time.
I bet they're gonna finesse some
And then on
numbers.
top
And Gosling did like, an incredible performance. I don't know if you guys watched it. He
I
sang
caught,
like
a little bit on the.
he's just a movie star.
Yeah. Just continues on my prediction of the year. White males are hotter than fire.
So Downey won supporting actor. Best actor was white guy,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy. Supporting actress was a black woman.
Okay. Mine was white males. That was very specific.
Okay,
I didn't say
so
white people.
males.
I said white males.
Okay. Nolan won everything. White male.
White male.
Right.
Things are back to normal.
Yeah, you called it. I mean, it looks like you called it. Was there any other was the Oscars?
Oh, wasn't the best movie or whatever flubbed? Pacino flubbed it?
Yeah, so Al Pacino presented best movie.
Yeah.
And this is why I actually was earlier than you, but I was late.
Right.
And I was like, I have to watch this. Because Amanda and I actually watch movies.
Yeah.
We
You
go
don't
to
even
the
know what
theater.
B. Coop is in.
True.
What movies are you watching?
True. He's
Kung
got a
Fu
point.
Panda
The guy's got a
4?
point. The guy's got a point. You
I
act
was trying
like
to explain to the
fucking
kids
Siskel and
what the
Ebert over here.
Oscars are. Like, yo, you win awards. And because the billboard's in town, and Dominic goes, Kung Fu Panda 4 is #1 movie in the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
He's
Have
right.
you seen it? And he goes, no.
I think he's right. I mean, literally, just let him pick the winners.
So Al Pacino gets on stage and think about its best movie. You have like these people have spent their entire life.
Is that the award, the marquee award?
That's the last one.
Yeah.
And they've spent their entire life creating these movies.
Yep.
And he just opened the thing and just said it. Didn't even let like everyone say who the nominees were.
Oh.
That's awesome.
But he got it right. He didn't
I mean,
say
he
the
was
wrong
right.
name or something. But he just
But there was no like
There's
build
no,
up.
because every other award, there's
They're
a
building
build up. They're like telling the story.
They
of
show
what-
clips from the movie.
Yeah, nothing. He just was like, Oppenheimer, we're out.
I mean, he's old. He's got to get home. He had a kid.
He just had a kid. That's
yeah,
right.
He's like 75. Just popped out a kid. He's like, I got to get home.
I don't even think he's 75. I think he's older.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty surprising because that is the pinnacle of the Oscars,
Right.
Best Picture.
Yeah.
And he didn't even give the other people.
I think it's great. We have something to talk about.
Did he laugh about it?
No, he didn't care. He
didn't
just
care.
was like Oppenheimer.
Did
go.
anyone did they call it out in the moment?
Me, Amanda, and my mom were watching,
Yeah.
and we're like, what were the other movies?
But they didn't make a
nominated?
point of it.
Poor B. Coop.
That's funny. B. Coop didn't
He's
even
just got to go home to Gigi Hadid and call it a day.
didn't even get his trailer played.
The only thing bigger than the Oscars this weekend was the time change.
I'm so happy.
I was driving down here, broad daylight.
It's so nice. I golfed. I started late.
Yeah.
Still could do it.
Maestro, big coupe. I don't know what that is.
And Guardians of the Galaxy, it looks like. But I don't know if that was before the cutoff time. It was 2023.
Okay.
I golfed late.
Yeah.
I finished the full round. Came straight to group chat.
Where'd you golf? Are you allowed to say?
Where UFC's biggest star goes?
Yeah. Did you guys see any clips of that?
No,
I saw all of it.
I golfed at Trump International. I'm not scared to say it. Everyone golfs there. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I know the YouTube comments are going to I knew it. But let me just tell
John
you.
only drops there.
But that place is
I heard
wild.
it's expensive.
Very expensive.
How much is a round?
Well, it's flexes like Burger King's menu or whatever, which we're going to talk about. But it's literally like today was $350.
Okay.
Per person?
Yep, that's on the low end. It goes
So
up to
your four figure event.
$1,200 for the group.
Yeah.
But everyone paid their individual, and then but it goes up to like $725.
If it's like a Saturday morning.
Or like I guess
Dynamic
maybe
pricing,
nice weather.
huh?
I feel like we maybe got lucky because it seemed like maybe people forgot about the
realize-
time change.
Yeah.
And so they thought,
You snuck in.
yeah, like the only tee time available was super late.
How much is it at these other courses? I have no idea how much golf costs.
$90.
It's a big difference.
Big difference.
Well, the people are paying for the
For
country
the
club.
amount that you spend, why wouldn't you just be a country club member?
Do you want me to get you in a Bel Air? I can
Yes.
do it.
Yes, I do.
I can handle that.
The reason why is because that's still like even the cheap country clubs are like $1,500.
A month.
Right. And so even if you think about like my average golfing amount is once a weekend.
Okay, got it.
So even the most expensive course I can go to.
Yeah, if you did Trump every weekend.
Right. And still that's not quite it. So
Yeah.
like it really, I don't know.
But you'd probably go twice a weekend because it's just convenient.
Right. But then the other problem is then you need it to be somewhere close.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, where you live, there's nothing.
nothing except for Wilshire is there, but Wilshire is impossible. And it's $300,000 down payment or something absurd. And I will say like maybe it's my skill level, maybe it's my new to golf, maybe whatever. Like it also kind of gets boring playing the same place.
Yeah.
So you end up saying to your friends like, well, where are you playing? They're going somewhere else. So you end up actually playing once a month and paying $1,500.
So you play once a week, is that right?
I usually play once a weekend. Yeah.
And of the group you go with, how many are country club members?
Right now, 2.
And you don't even go to their country club every time.
I do sometimes. I go to Brian's sometimes.
Yeah.
We didn't get you in Bel Air.
Right. I agree. Obama's there, I heard.
Yeah. Well, you saw him.
I know, but I wasn't allowed to say that. But I guess the statute of limitations or something.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think it's really, to be honest, I know that you, especially D and Anand, have friends who are, younger who love their country club. I don't get it. It seems to me like an old guy thing.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
if you're going there for dinner, you're going there, maybe you're doing the steam room.
Yeah,
You're
like
golfing
hanging
with-
out at a country club sounds horrible.
Wait, so you
Yeah.
think playing the same course is not fun?
Let me just get more to the point.
Because I don't play
think
golf, so I
country
have no
clubs
idea.
are stupid.
Okay,
I agree.
fine.
I think that where they make sense is if you're 55 and up, and that's your social, it's just taken care of. It's all at the country club.
It's your friends.
It's my friends. It's my steam room.
It's my
It's
kids'
my-
friends.
It's my
wife's
kids' friends. My wife has some friends there. She's friends
mistress
with,
has some friends there.
Mistress is there in and out on weekdays. It's like I said, steam room. They do social event. They do like Halloween
Taco night or
yeah, taco night for Halloween, Taco Tuesday, and that's your whole shit, and you just pay for it, and
I agree.
get that. But for my age bracket, I do not get it.
Yeah, you're in and out.
I have a friend who's a really cool guy, professional skateboarder, has been like on a waiting list for a country club for like a year, keeps having to go like to dinner and like play.
Is it
with-
Sherwood?
No, I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
It'll come back to haunt me.
Yeah.
But going like hanging out with these older members to get like vetted.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that his
No, you have to do
personality
that.
is
Yeah, yeah.
good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
And I just don't have that in me
Yeah.
To get vetted by fucking Larry, the dude who like what is like a 3rd tier agent at fucking CAA.
I mean, that's everything in life, though.
I don't play that game. I don't like that game.
I agree with you.
I will. Let me say this. Let me be honest. I'll play that game.
You would do it for your
business.
Yeah.
For a business opportunity.
Yeah.
Not to play golf.
Yeah. Well, I think for some people, golf is life. Ball is life.
Ball is life. I get it. But I get that if you're 60.
Yeah.
If you're in your 30s or 40s and ball is life, get it life.
Yeah, get it life.
I gotta be honest. I love golfing, but that's crazy.
It's a good point because I think as you think about all the things in life, as you get older, you're like told to like kiss the ring,
right,
in order to get something,
right.
And if you're already successful, I really am curious why everyone wants to kiss the ring.
Because if you want to be a part of that community, you have to kiss the ring.
Because this is what I bring back from the last 2 episodes is the number of people that went to that Indian wedding.
Right.
I was like, why do you care?
Right. I think people just like to be in the
mix,
in the group.
Yeah.
Because then guess what? A year later, some little fucker has to come to your house for dinner to get vetted.
Yeah.
And you get to say, no, little fucker. Because I went, it's the same as frats. It's the same as
everything.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it from a conceptual standpoint. I just don't get if you're already successful,
right?
Why
because
you
there's
would do
always
it.
something more.
Because you want to be in the club.
You don't get it.
You know everyone.
Yeah. I was not invited.
Why do you care?
No, it's if I, for example, like for the wedding purpose, I think that is like
you haven't shown up to a lot of weddings.
I don't show up to weddings.
Yeah,
Right.
So
I don't feel like D kisses many rings except in business, which we all have to.
I
do.
kiss
business, we all have to.
And anything
we all
for
have
my
to
kids.
kiss. We all have to.
Right.
Fucking anything for the kids.
No, kids and business, I 100% agree.
But here's the thing: the social part, for maybe not for us. I think for us, it's irrelevant to us. But like for a lot of people, young and old, the social relevancy is extremely important in their daily life. When they show up to the country club, they want to say, "Hey, I was at Ambani's wedding."
Right.
Yeah.
What'd you do this weekend? Oh, I was at wherever, Jayanagar, where the fuck the wedding was.
I think the easiest comparison.
Good try.
Yeah.
But my point to both of you is like, look, the Oscars are tonight.
Yeah.
There's a million parties.
Yeah.
You guys can both get invited to whatever party that is going on.
I don't think so.
Not Vanity Fair, but the other parties you can.
That's fine.
I'm being honest. I'm not getting invited to Vanity Fair.
One.
Okay, other parties.
Yeah.
You have no interest in going.
The problem is that I have 2 little kids. I gotta wake up at 5 a.m.
If you think you would go to an Oscar party, you've never been to an Oscar party.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Because it's Sunday night. I've been to Grammy parties. Grammys are fun.
Yeah. I think we're also a little different. That I think that stuff is so stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel so lucky. I've said this a million times. I'll say it again. I feel so lucky that we are such good friends with Brian and John, because it's like a cheat code. That's the ring to kiss to get into any fun nightlife thing. And we just happen to.
So if we want to venture out, we'll go with them.
Right. But I feel lucky, especially me, because I'm more like second removed from them, but like that it just so happens that our good friends became the most successful nightlife people in the United States. But I think most people like die to. I think I see it with stuff. Adults all the time. You know, like people want to be at things. They want to be seen at things. They want to come back the next weekend and say, "Hey, what were you doing last weekend?" "Oh, I was at blah, blah, blah." Think about it. If you grew up like that, you're going to be an adult like that. Like to me, I don't understand why someone who's really, really rich would want to be famous, but they all do almost. Like we see the same thing happen over and over again. Yeah. And it's like, to me, it doesn't make sense, but everyone wants to be, you want that validation. If you're a billionaire, you want the validation from the 10 billionaires. If you're a 100 billionaire, you want the validation from the 200 billionaires. Right.
Yeah. No, it's just fascinating to me. Maybe because we got exposed to it at such a young age.
I think the wedding's different. I don't think you realize Ambani's like a very big deal.
Frats and sororities.
I wasn't allowed in frats.
I know, but you have so many friends who were. Like to me, that's like the ultimate club.
Yeah.
It's that.
No, I thought once, obviously, because of Brian and John, we were able to get into really fun things, exclusive things at a young age, that it kind of got normalized.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, yeah, they're actually my friends.
Yeah.
Like when I go to an Hwood event like Super Bowl, I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like there's no
ring
like kissing that had to happen. But I think it's like we're kind of like trust fund kids. We don't take it.
Nepo babies.
Yeah, we're Nepo babies. We don't appreciate the hard work it takes to social climb.
Because someone else went through hula hoops to get invited to the damn party.
Right. Yeah, but that blows my mind too. The amount of like really famous or wealthy or whatever people that will do anything.
Think
to be a part
about
of a
the
club.
number of famous and wealthy people that are paying God knows what to go to these parties tonight.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's insane.
That's why I said Hwood should sell a $500,000 a year membership.
So, inside scoop, they are launching a membership.
Smart.
And the price is extremely reasonable.
What is it?
I can't say it because it's not rolled out yet.
Is it 5 figures? Fair.
I actually don't even know.
I don't want to say it,
Okay.
but
Well, okay. Are you saying? Do you think it's underpriced?
me personally, as someone that basically has that privilege,
Yeah.
I'm annoyed that it's very accessible.
Right.
Because it's gonna fuck up getting reservations.
Right. Right.
Right. Like,
What's it get you?
like the ability to get reservations everywhere.
Can you go to the Super Bowl party?
I think so. I don't know, but I
would assume so.
I would assume so.
And the
I think-
Coachella party and the Art Basel party and the...
I think that's 500,000.
When Brian told me what he thought they were going to price it at, I was shocked.
If you see the price of fucking Wilshire Country Club, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Compared to that, I don't know.
And there's anyone probably wants to fuck at Wilshire Country Club.
No.
No, right?
There's a lot of people wanting to fuck. but
Exactly. And
Josh is losing his mind.
and let me tell you,
We're
go to
deep in
any
we're
random
deep in the-
Hwood event.
But can we like just peel back a layer? I love Hwood. I love Brian and John.
Yep.
I go there because they are actually our friends.
Yeah.
I don't go to other, people that are throwing parties. They're
Right.
not my friends.
Right, but I'm saying you don't. This
Yeah,
way,
but you're
I think
privileged.
you
You're
don't
Nepo.
appreciate it. I think you don't appreciate your Nepo.
Yeah, you're Nepo.
Because let me also say some of the things, like it's also the best people watching in town.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the best, but we don't even, that just comes with it. Whereas for, I think people who had to get there,
Yeah.
they're like, what? Drake's here and this is that. Oh my God.
Before Hwood became Hwood, when we were younger kids, we were hustling to get into every party.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Call this person, get the fucking this. Yo, I'm gonna send you a box of clothes.
Yeah.
I
Let
just
me
don't
into the
get-
party.
Right.
Whatever. Like
It's just like the classic trajectory of people that make money. They now get into this world
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, how do I meet Brian and John?
Yeah.
yeah, and you want to be at Elton John's viewing party, then you want to go to the Vanity Fair party, and then you want to end up at Jay-Z's and Beyonce's at Chateau Marmont. That's what you want your night to be.
Are you going tonight?
We went before though. It's absurd. Once again, statute of limitations. We can talk about it. It was so crazy.
Yeah, so it's like that's if you're well, here's the thing. I'll tell you, like, if you're in the industry, then it's important because I get the business value of it.
Mhm.
So like if I go to a fashion week in some city in Paris and New York, I want to go to all the parties.
Right.
I want to go to all the events.
Right.
Like I'm hitting up people like, yo, I want to come through
Yeah.
because it does benefit me
Yeah.
to be at this event or this party or this whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
our
not-
industry.
Not my industry. It would be fun to go.
Yeah, of course.
And I could, if Jay-Z and Beyonce are listening, I can walk home from the Chateau Marmont.
Right. That one's worth it. Let me tell you. If nothing else, but just some good stories.
I don't think the pod's going to be uploaded fast enough.
To get invited tonight. I'm checking over next year. I had to wake up early. The time changed. Kids are up early.
Right.
J&B.
See, that's the problem. You don't have what it takes.
Yeah.
You don't have the grit.
So,
You know what J&B are saying? Kids, see you next week.
so I ran into Jay-Z and Beyonce
Yeah.
once in an elevator. I will not
Ooh.
say where.
Crazy place to run into Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
That
And-
happens.
It may or may not have been a venue that's owned by Brian and John Church.
It's not. I'm not going to say.
Right.
Jay-Z in the elevator goes to me. He goes, "Why are you leaving so early?" It's like 10 o'clock. I was like, "Oh, a babysitter's, leaving in like 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes to get home."
Mm-hmm.
So he starts laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, "How old are your kids?" 6 and 3. He goes, "Oh, time goes by fast." Chatting, very chatty.
Mm-hmm.
All the way to the valet, chatty, talking about kids, this, that. Unbelievably friendly guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the one I went to, everyone was drinking. There's a dance floor. Everyone's having a great time kind of dancing. And a guy keeps bumping into me, banging a tambourine. Just bumping into me on the dance floor. I look over, it's Jay-Z by himself, just having the time of his life. He had a tambourine. He's just having the time of his life.
Unbelievable.
They got a good life.
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how the fuck we got here.
What we even
Bubble talk. Okay, you want to talk about some news?
Yes.
What minute are we at? 30. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Was there? Okay, so before we totally leave, that's it for Oscars, right? No other big highlights.
Oppenheimer swept.
Yep.
Horrible movie.
I loved
I'm going to be
it.
objective.
Loved Oppenheimer.
I didn't mind it. I'm in the middle of you two.
I just thought it was too long.
Yes, 3+ hours, I think.
It was too long.
It was too long.
That's
I
fair.
actually enjoyed the story, and I didn't mind the actors and actresses. I thought it was done well. It's interesting. So Oppenheimer is a movie very similar to the biggest movie of last year, which was Top Gun, which is about American excellence.
Right.
That is what seems to be the theme to win an award now.
Yeah, which you wouldn't really expect, to be honest.
No, but like low key, that's what it's about. We built the atom bomb before everyone else.
Yeah.
That just doesn't feel very in line with like the current state of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I loved Oppenheimer, so I'm going
That's fair.
D.
Yeah.
I thought it was a spectacular movie, and I actually listened to a 2-hour podcast
Oh God.
from Ben Horowitz and Mark Andreessen talking about Oppenheimer.
About the
What
movie
kind
or
of
about the
movie,
guy and his...
Both,
Yeah.
all of it.
Okay.
I saw them. They were fighting about like maybe Vinod Khosla and Mark Andreessen talking about, and if it should be like AI should be treated like Oppenheimer, where America's best and brightest are brought together to win the war against the world, and they just kept whatever.
Yeah,
sparring.
they fought more basically because of the open eye, which I talked about in the last pod,
Yeah.
basically.
But they reference Oppenheimer as like,
Yeah.
why aren't the best and brightest in America coming together?
I also will say kind of this, I don't know why this spurred me on this, but you should really, at least on it, you should really listen to the RFK Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz.
Good.
I didn't give it enough of a sell
You talked
last
about
week.
last one, right?
Yeah, it was good. And he was kind of saying that like the Ukraine war is like a CIA initiated, issue, essentially a CIA war.
I believe that.
Like there's he went pretty heavy on the CIA.
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to all ideas.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying even for voting for him. I'm saying
Well, he's not. I mean, it's done. It's
he has
Trump
a
and
chance.
Biden.
He's independent. He'll be on the ballot.
Yeah, he will be on.
Yeah.
that.
And then he may
24
screw
states.
Trump, your boys.
You what?
He may screw Trump, your guys' boy.
I think he screws Biden.
No,
I think so.
That's his.
He was Democrat.
I know, but
Kennedy family.
It's-
That's Democrat.
no.
That's Democrat. Okay, I do want to mention. So did you guys obviously didn't watch the UFC last night.
No.
There was a difference, and I want to mention it.
I saw the clip of Joe Burrow, quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals, and Nick Bosa, star defensive lineman from the San Francisco 49ers, link up with Trump.
Right. Here's what I noticed as a journalist is Trump has been to, I don't know, probably 5 UFC fights that I've seen. And I think maybe right after he was president, after Biden became president, like originally, like they didn't even show him.
Yeah.
Like you would see him in the background, but ESPN's owned by Disney. I'm sure some sort of word went out. They wouldn't give him the cutaway of like, look who's here tonight.
Yeah.
You would just see him in the background. And you would hear that he was there. Then all of a sudden they started showing him more. Then all of a sudden it became normal that he was at the fights. He was like a normal guest. This time he walked out and there was an uninterrupted, probably 3-minute shot of him coming all the way in with Dana, going up. Every single person was so excited to see him, shook his hand. Portnoy, Joe Burrow, everybody. shakes everyone's hand, sits down. This long interrupted shot that's so not
During
normal.
the fight.
Yeah, like in between the fights. And then they literally had like a Trump like reaction cam is what it looked like. It looked like somebody rigged a GoPro.
Yeah.
And like it would just cut to Trump so much. And all the fighters would go talk to Trump. Like what I'm curious about just in the way our brains work is like, did Dana or somebody like call and say, hey, like it's election time.
We're gonna ride our guy.
Right, like we're pumping this guy.
Well, Dana has publicly said that he's like,
Right.
I support Trump no matter what.
No.
Undeniably.
I think what you have to realize is if you look at like traditional mainstream media has historically been very liberal, right?
Yeah.
And they do everything they can to support the liberal candidate.
Yeah.
That is what mainstream media does. Like your channel, your NBC, your CBS, whatever, ABC.
Yeah.
But Fox News is actually the biggest network.
But
And
they're cable. They're cable, right? They're still cable at the end of the
But
day.
like all sports.
Yeah, everything's always been liberal. And so I think Dana White's like, fuck it. We're influential. We're very powerful. Everyone else does it.
No,
We're
but-
going to now double down on our guy.
No,
Right.
but Dana
And they're in
White has
Florida.
a story, right? You know
Yeah.
the story. He
The
has a
story is
story of that why he supports Trump because he was the only guy that helped me or something. What was
Yeah,
it?
it was just simply that back when the UFC was considered like too brutal to put on anything or put the shows on anywhere, it's just blood sport. Trump let them do it at his venues.
Yes.
And that was a huge deal. And he's really loyal to him and whatever. My point is
that they're pushing him now.
but my other point is like, I mean, does Dana White have the power to tell ESPN?
I think right now he does. I think UFC has gotten to a point.
And ESPN's in trouble. Do you know
that could be,
ESPN's public, national television, they air podcasts like this.
Yeah.
So if you put on ESPN at like 1 p.m., you're seeing three people like me, not in a studio
What's
show.
up? Hey, Bob. Go fuck yourself. Hey, Bob.
I saw Bob courtside at the Clippers game, and he was at the Umbani wedding. Why don't you put us on, Bob?
Yeah, Bob's got work to do. He's got to stay focused. He doesn't have time to be at weddings.
Well, I think he dumped some shit on the Abanis. He dumped like a property.
Can Bob get us a show on ESPN?
I mean, what else are they airing? Other people like
no,
us?
it's honestly like
It was Pat McAfee and his mic screaming.
no. Pat McAfee is a studio show.
Yeah.
They're actually just
Podcasters.
podcasting with someone with a Zoom.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what ESPN has turned into.
Well, sign us up. We can just pivot to sports.
Come on, Bob.
Come on, Bob.
Don't you know Bob?
Hey, Bob.
I don't know Bob yet.
You're 1 degree away from Bob.
I'm sure he's out of one of these H-Wood parties tonight.
Yeah, he probably is.
I saw him last week.
I'm cruised by Delilah. I'll go see him.
Right. Hey, Bob. So anyway, I thought that was interesting because it is ESPN, it is Disney, but I'm telling you that it was strangely long, the amount of time that they gave him.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure it's deliberate.
and they from 3 years ago not showing him at all to this felt interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. News?
Yes.
Here's some wild shit. What's up with this Tesla death?
So-
Mitch McConnell.
Massive conspiracy.
What's
This
going
is
on here?
insane. So-
Sign me up.
This is
everything.
Alex
This is
Jones-
CIA.
Give me the
This is
tinfoil.
Alex Jones had a platform.
Give me the
Yeah,
tinfoil.
you know what? This episode's dedicated to Alex Jones.
Let's go.
I'm gonna hook you up, Alex.
What have we
Because I
got?
know you're deep platformed.
He's back.
Angela Chao.
Just laughing.
Angela Chao. Okay, this is an insane story.
Okay.
So Mitch McConnell.
Mitch.
You know who Mitch McConnell is?
Son of a
Leads the
Mitch.
GOP. One of the most powerful people on fucking earth.
Of the last 2 decades.
Last 2 decades. Stepped down this week
Because the guy's freezing up.
as the leader of the GOP.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The same week, God damn it, his sister-in-law, Angela Chao, dies.
I'm not trying to minimize the death. Sorry. I'm just laughing because I know where
Angela
Jay's
Chao
going.
is a mother,
Okay.
a wife.
Yep.
She is a billionaire of their runs their family business, shipping business.
Okay.
She is married to Jim Breyer, a billionaire venture capitalist.
Yeah, Kleiner Perkins.
Okay, who was in Saudi Arabia on a conference or the Middle East. I don't know if it was Saudi. She had like a girls' trip at her property in Texas,
Okay.
leaves her friends, which they have like a guest house or whatever,
Okay.
at 11:30 p.m. because her 3-year-old was going to wake up early.
All right.
During that time, she kind of like makes a 3-point turn, ends up backing up a little too far. Car starts getting pulled back, makes a phone call. Hey, my car is like kind of like getting trapped here. I think to one of her friends.
Like cars like kind of moving without my.
Yeah, like she, it's dark and they have a huge property with like a pond and ends up getting, I haven't read every detail, but basically the car ends up sinking into the water. The Tesla, for whatever reason, is locked, can't unlock it. And apparently it's impossible to get out. That's what all the Tesla people are saying.
Maybe it's Elon.
And it ends up, she ends up drowning in her car and dying.
So she had time to call somebody like I'm in trouble, but
Yeah.
they couldn't get her out anyway.
No.
Okay,
So what's the conspiracy? Let's put the tinfoil. What? I actually don't have a view on the tinfoil portion of this, but I'm curious what you would tinfoil.
I think it was a mistake on the conspiracy. I think
You think they accidentally killed her?
CIA made a mistake.
here's the thing. I think the plan was to threaten the family,
Mm.
and then
They didn't want to
make
kill her.
Mitch.
Shut up. Because
Shut
he was
up.
about to say some stuff.
Because by the way, like there was a deal behind the table
Mm-hmm.
to endorse Trump, and Mitch McConnell has sometimes endorsed Trump and sometimes he has not. But he endorsed Trump this week.
Too far.
Yeah. And he endorsed him and basically said, I'm stepping down in the fall. And as soon as he endorsed him, poor sister-in-law dead.
Those Dems.
Look, I think
It's always Dem people that end up.
So you think it's the Democrats?
Listen,
He
I'm just
endorsed
saying
Trump.
it always seems to
family
be
dead.
he endorsed Trump. I'm saying it always seems to be Dem, enemies, Demonies that end up swerving off of La Brea.
You can't spell
in one of our
without
chats.
dem.
No,
Right,
no,
right.
the La Brea thing was
Dem
different.
demons.
No, I know you're talking about the journalist. I know
Yep.
you're talking about.
Swerved.
That was not a Dem.
That was Hillary Clinton. Release the list.
No, you can't like minimize the death of someone on La Brea, but that was definitely not Hillary Clinton.
I'm not minimizing it. I'm saying
It was the CIA, maybe.
Dem. CIA's Dem.
Yeah.
You
Stay
think
away
all
from them.
CIA is Dem? No, CIA is Republican.
No, CIA is
No.
a Dem weapon.
I know one guy in the CIA.
Dem.
I mean, he's going to smoke you.
He probably will after he
After
hears
this,
this.
after
podcast.
what I'm saying. Listen, you don't know me.
I saw him 2 months ago.
Grab on it. You know his house is easy to get into.
Just press the door. You can walk right in.
Walk right in at 7 p.m.
This guy's an idiot. We can kill him anytime.
That guy might have been a CIA just poking around to see if you could get in
And
there.
he's like, oh, it's unlocked.
Yep.
He's calling Langley.
My door's been fully locked.
Okay, so let me just try to completely pull us out of this. Is in all seriousness,
I'm telling you,
freak
this
accident or like what's the internet saying? Are people
The internet is saying a lot of different
Conspiracy.
things. Yeah, it's all
Conspiracy.
conspiracy.
I mean,
It's like Mitch McConnell. So here's the like. I'll give the conspiracy kind of credence to it.
Mhm.
He's one of the most powerful people in the world, and his sister-in-law just died in a Tesla. That's
Right,
weird.
but I mean,
so 400
If the
people.
glass
I
can't
looked in
unlock
the
it.
article. It said
I mean, do you know
400
anyone
people-
who's died in a Tesla drowning?
400 people a year
Not
die
personally.
submerged in a car. 400 people a year.
And how many are there Teslas?
They didn't
but
say
you're
that.
telling me this thing just slowly like is there audio? Is the audio released?
No, but it says that she called someone saying that, hey, I have an issue.
I can't imagine like having so much time to be like, hey, I have an issue here.
Yeah.
Seems as though I'm slowly sinking or whatever happened.
Yeah. And you couldn't roll the window down?
I'm confused.
I think if you're not impaired, after what I've gone through the last week, you can figure stuff out.
Right. So you're saying the Tesla auto locked became a death trap and slowly sunk to the
Yeah.
bottom to punish Mitch.
Mitch, for endorsing Trump.
And let me just ask because
No, not for endorsing Trump. It could be
Deeper.
Trump being like, "You're not good enough for me."
Nah, I think it's the other way around.
the Dems.
No, I think it would be like Trump's
Demons.
like, you didn't
It's
step
always
up. Mitch was kind of against Trump the last year and a half.
But not last
Trump
week.
has no CIA clout. They're not fucking.
CIA
with him.
hates Trump.
Yeah.
CIA killed Kennedy. Dems.
They
Robert
killed a
said it.
Dem.
No, but because he wasn't going their way. He was a
And so
Dem that
that's
got
my
a little.
point.
He was a Dem that got loose, got a little squirrely, and they're like, no,
But Trump
buddy.
is as Republican as it gets. So why wouldn't they protect him?
They are. That's why they're off in Mitch McConnell's. I don't know. I'm so deep in the. Okay, so let me just try to pull this out. Is the internet is saying this is really
I
fishy?
mean, it's just the timing of Mitch McConnell stepping
Got
down,
it.
endorsing Trump,
Got it.
and then his sister-in-law.
Got it.
It's incredibly
Has he-
tragic because it's like on their property. It's fucking nuts.
Has Elon said anything?
No, he hasn't. Anything. Because I mean, like,
You think
it's
he would
also
tweet?
a Tesla issue, right?
I know, but that's,
Tesla's going to get sued.
but he usually
no matter
tweets
what,
about
Tesla's
those
getting
things.
100%. Tesla's getting sued.
Yeah,
He usually tweets when like somebody,
I know,
when
but
there's a,
this is fucking this is bad. If
Right.
if it was a Tesla, let's just assume it was if it was nothing funny business and it was like a malfunction of a Tesla.
right.
Fuck,
It's not good.
that's crazy.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated. Here's a big
I think this is huge.
right. Huge in what respect? Like a huge opportunity?
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Well, I think this is how I was going to lead into this is there's a lot of different narratives about what it's like to chase the American dream these days.
Yeah.
Some people are saying it's easier than ever. Some people are saying, with AI, everyone's going to be able to run their own little mini empire with no staff. There's plenty of examples of people who are doing really, really well, but there's also plenty of examples of people who aren't doing well. And I think one thing that you see from like the world of like crypto and Dogecoin and all this stuff is everyone's hungry for an opportunity to get rich. And here we have an opportunity that a lot of people are turning to that I didn't think of, but it's turning into a very lucrative form of passive income.
Yep.
People are buying vending machines.
You did not see that coming, Kathy.
I didn't see it coming right before I read this title.
So what's interesting is, and I think it kind of goes well into the next topic. There is a general consensus that people aren't making enough money in America. And that you have to work and then you have to drive an Uber.
Did you say people aren't?
Yeah. I think like if you ask the average person,
Right.
I think inflation has had a tremendous impact on people. Even though we've seen wage inflation, the cost of goods have gone up too much that people can't keep up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who have families particularly are working second jobs.
Mm-hmm.
In the jobs report that came out last week, when people started breaking it down, what it did show was the increase in jobs in America are an increase in part-time jobs, not full-time jobs. And so when you see this vending machine thing becoming a thing, so Wall Street Journal, like I think the top article in Wall Street Journal this weekend, the top article in Apple News this weekend was this article about folks that have bought vending machines and are making passive income.
Right.
And so basically it outlines people who have bought vending machines. So a used vending machine costs anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. And then you go to Costco to buy the snacks. And people are saying on the low end, you make $400 or $500 a month. On the high end, $750, maybe $1,000 a month. And so
Now, what do? You go find the business, give them a cut for the right to put it in their place.
Yeah. Yeah. But by the way, like I remember like we have a vending machine in our warehouse. I don't think we get a cut. I think we just let them do it as like a service to the people.
With the owner of the building or something? Maybe
No.
that was part of the deal?
No, it's just some random person was like, do you want to have a vending machine warehouse? We're like, yeah, sure, whatever. We don't get anything.
Oh, you're getting screwed.
Yeah.
You got $100 a month coming your way.
So there's a group chat listener. I'm not going to say his name, and I don't want to compromise his business.
Okay.
He does ice packs for basically when you're going to like a boat trip
Mm-hmm.
and you forget to bring ice because you have beers or whatever, seltzers or whatnot.
Like the bags of ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he told me he's gonna be a millionaire this year. He's 25.
Wow.
From ice.
So
It's pretty funny. Ice is pretty expensive.
That is very expensive.
Like in
Cold Punch is very expensive.
By the way,
I paid for it.
I know. There's people who like I see this commonly on people talking about cold plunges. Is they're like, well, just go buy bags of ice and put it in your bathtub, and people are like, do you know how fucking expensive that is if you do it every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think like I think the general theme is that most folks, due to inflation, due to just general cost of living, they're kind of forced to find income outside of their core job.
Yeah.
So vending machines are a really interesting one because so all the people they featured in the article, they basically fill the vending machine 2 to 3 times a week
Mm-hmm.
from Costco,
Okay.
and then they collect their money.
It's good. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
Because you must just like walk and knock on the door of a place and say, would you guys like a vending machine?
I will
Literally.
say, and I'm curious, both of your DMs, the DMs I get about business are so non-traditional.
Yeah.
Get both.
But
I
I'm
get
saying
it,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
I still get a lot of, yeah. I still get a lot of like clothing.
It's not like, hey, I have this AI company. I'm fucking,
I'm fucking.
I'm fucking,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm an AI company. and
Yeah,
I'm
I think
fucking.
I think that's like more like what we're like if we were known for the world of AI, I'm sure people like that I'm sure there's 5 million AI ideas that people are DMing those type of people.
But I think it's cool that we get
I agree.
told these different ideas. That's
Yeah,
all
I
I'm
think
saying.
it's great. I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. So there you go. There's another opportunity.
And the big opportunity that's about to unleash on America.
Yeah, this is wild.
So Temu, which
You guys love. You love China.
China.
John is a big Temu guy.
So sick of Temu. God.
Shop like a
Temu's
billionaire.
been the number
Fuck
one app
off.
on the App Store for months.
So people that don't know what Temu is,
Forever.
it's basically a dollar store online. And the way it works is that it's basically connecting factories in China with American consumers. And it's very similar to what Wish was. They've just spent a shitload of money on marketing, and it's become a phenomenon in America. The big news that I read last week is they are about to launch the ability for Americans to be sellers on Temu
Mhm.
very shortly.
Like Amazon, sort of.
Yes. So basically, Temu, Shein, like Amazon and Walmart, are now going to be open to third-party sellers.
Yeah.
And I mean, like at the pace.
Do you think Mitch McConnell knows what Temu is?
No,
God damn it, he does.
I don't.
Well, I mean, think about his family.
I still don't. I think he's probably been told 7 times. I don't think he knows what it is.
Froze.
Team who? What team?
Team U.
What team are we on? Is it me team? Team you or team me?
Temu should actually be called Team U. I think it would do better.
I agree.
They should change it.
I also
Team
just
U.
want to point out that
What
like,
team are you on? I'm on Team U.
Team U.
yeah, they should. I also just want to point out that it is fucking crazy right now in the world of like marketplaces and things. Like with Amazon is insane as is. Like just the amount of like
the scale.
and like still the amount of like it's the Wild West.
Yeah.
There's no one's keeping an eye on anything. Temu is going to join the party. What's going on TikTok Shop is really interesting. TikTok Shop also is setting up a fulfillment like Amazon, fulfilled by TikTok.
So you guys
set up.
Well,
You
I'm
guys
saying-
set up.
but I'm saying it's like
It's
So
live all over the world.
I'm saying like
Hold on.
building it. Like it's
Yeah.
going to be.
Yeah.
You guys
You can do
know
it.
more about probably than the general public. And I actually don't. So can you guys explain it? What's
Which
going
one?
on in TikTok Shop?
TikTok and Temu and Shein, the three. All three are building out an American fulfillment centers to compete with Amazon.
The biggest point is like you can, just like you work with Amazon, you can send bulk product in whatever allowance they give you to TikTok.
And Shein. And now Temu.
Right. But I'm just saying TikTok. We're talking about the social media level. We're talking about TikTok. You can send them bulk product like you do Amazon, sell your stuff on TikTok shop through your videos or influencers or whatever, and they fulfill it like Amazon. That's insane. That just happened. Most people don't know that.
So it fulfills from like Ohio or whatever?
Wherever the
FBT.
distribution centers are, yeah.
So
So-
are you well? We're hot.
Right. Most people think,
Just fulfilled by TikTok.
I think most outside people think that it's kind of like an Instagram shop. You know, like you're just tagging product, or maybe it's tied into your Shopify. It is a completely separate, it has nothing to do with Shopify.
I'm going to plug my brand, Are You Well?
Yeah.
Which
Are you on TikTok?
Make this
No.
into a TikTok shop.
AreYouWell.ai
Yes.
is our
Is it
Instagram.
AI brand?
No. Yeah, he's got
There's AI in there somewhere. They use ChatGPT to.
I got Zach Bia wants a sweatshirt.
Okay.
But are you
We're hot.
on
Are you on Shein?
TikTok shop?
I need to be. I didn't know.
Because this clip right now could have just sold.
So I'm gonna get Zach to wear the sweatshirt.
Right.
Drake's gonna see him.
Right.
Then Drake's gonna wear it.
And Drake's gonna be like, I'm very well. You might need to make a change. Just
Like,
change the brand.
I'm
That's
doing
great.
well.
If he's well, it's great.
Yep. But this, I mean, you know, this could be a clip that sells 500.
Yeah, if you were on TikTok shop, you could have taken advantage.
But I just want to say, when you think about like anyone can sell their things on 7 different marketplaces. Also, people can counterfeit those products and sell them on, you know, whatever.
I actually think the biggest opportunity, if you can, toe the line, don't live in America and sell fake product.
Yeah.
On Shein, Temu, TikTok right now.
Yeah.
Sell fake everything.
So you can't talk about what you've learned from kind of merchant selling until you sell Ghost, right?
What do you want to know?
You've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot. I'm telling you. I just said I gave you gold. Move to the fucking
Yeah.
Caribbean and sell fake shit.
Yeah.
That's what I would
just
do.
get Gatorade, pour it in prime bottles, and fucking.
No, I'm just I can't wait till
Yeah.
you're able to.
Yeah, a lot of hot content I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like, I think that on one hand, it's like, you know, we talked about it, like kind of better than ever. If you make a product and you can get some buzz, like there's all of these marketplaces that you can sell on, but it's nuts. Just the amount of
fraud.
But like also new product, like anyone can make anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make a toothbrush company in Idaho and like, fuck it. I don't know. I just made these and now they're going viral on TikTok and TikTok shop is fulfilling them. And there's no
Toothbrush for meth heads.
right.
Big gaps.
There you go.
It's a great.
Extra tough bristles. And then the moment it starts blowing up, someone can make a fake one. It's crazy.
You got to make it cheap if you're going to do a toothbrush for meth heads.
Yeah. Priorities. Inflation.
Meth brush.
God damn it. Okay. What's next? Surge pricing.
Meth B.
Everything is. Well, okay. Was it Burger King who did surge pricing?
So Wendy's did it.
Wendy's.
So that got a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
The internet's talking about it a lot.
The internet got mad about it. I really, like, ultimately, I think is who the fuck is Wendy's?
Do they even, yeah.
If it was In and Out, I think people would be mad, but it's In and Out.
Right.
Like if you told me I could go to In and Out on a Saturday during lunch
With no
when I'm with
line.
my kids, I have to wait 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I could pay 5x. When we go to In and Out, we have the same order
Yep.
as a family, our entire for
$80.
$35.
Really?
$35.
But you'd pay
Okay.
80.
You'd pay 80.
I would pay $100 to get that done immediately.
Yeah. I agree.
Because by the way, if I were to go, so I was shocked. Today we had brunch at Little Dom's in Los Feliz. And that's where, Haley and I had our first date.
We're
Our
done.
son named after that.
Yep.
We went to Griffith Park. We went to Little Dom's. And we ended up getting 4 items kind of like starter type items.
Mhm.
Couldn't believe the bill. 4 items,
$140.
$170.
$66.
Wait, are you surprised it was so low?
So
Oh,
Oh,
we were out of
No
there for
surge.
$66.
so
No
what's
surge.
your point?
I normally when 4 people go, like, you know, our 4-person order in and out, because we order burger, fries, the kids want milkshakes or whatever the fuck it is. It ends up being,
I don't think I'm calling bullshit on $35.
what do you think
it
it's
might
more?
be less.
Think it's more?
Yeah.
No way. What?
4 people are eating, or just the 2 kids?
No, 4 people are eating. My grilled cheese is $2.99.
Oh, that's why. There's no meat in that order.
And milkshakes are like $6.
I know that does seem low. I feel like my order myself is like $14 every time.
And then my whole order is $35.
It's because there's no meat. Does everyone
Kids
else?
are eating meat.
He's saying milkshakes. I'm
That
calling
seems low.
bullshit.
I want to see a receipt next time.
I will do a receipt. I'll do a video.
That seems low. But look, I agree with you. I think that the idea of surge pricing, the whatever, the internet took it really negatively. I do think the problem is that it's Wendy's.
I think there are certain venues. So I think In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, we talked about, Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
Those 3.
Should all do it. And are more people doing it? Is that the topic?
So basically in delivery, a couple very popular delivery restaurants have added it as a feature where like a $13 fried chicken sandwich is now like $19.
Right.
And they said that their
Is there a
delivery
price?
business
Is there a price where you would turn around?
In-N-Out. I mean, I say 100.
No,
I
I'm
would
just
not
curious.
pay 100.
With
Here's
no
the real
line.
thing. Here's the thing. If my $35 family bill was $50, I would pay for it. If it was $100, I would not. I'm lying. I would not pay $100.
Walk in and be like, okay, kids, we got to find a new place to go eat.
If it was 100%, I would not eat 100.
If there's no line, they're like, whatever you want right now. Yes.
I'm
At
curious. I
$100?
think
Yep.
they
No
would,
chance.
he would
You're
do
up. You don't have to take a number. We will have it in 5 minutes. What?
100? No, I wouldn't.
Turning
too
around.
much.
I think
would
he's lying.
I'd stab
lying.
myself at 100.
I don't think so.
100.
think he's lying.
Because 100 I
Plenty
can
of
go
open
out to
seats.
eat.
Dom's like, Dad.
100 I can go out to eat. I can go to a restaurant.
I know, but
it's-
your kids want the food.
I know, but
There's nothing like that.
35 to 100.
I think that's the flex. That's the leverage they have.
I think if you ate meat too, that would be different. You're eating fucking grilled cheese. You don't give a shit.
No, it's not about me. It's
Because
just
he's
more
eating
like,
meat, right?
What?
He's eating a burger.
He's eating a burger. He eats a plain burger with cheese.
Does he
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it though? Like, does he give it?
It is his favorite fucking meal
You're
ever.
not leaving.
I mean, so 2 weeks ago, we went for the kids' camping trip. When we got to the campsite area,
He said,
there was
"Where's
a
the
Taco
In-N-Out?"
Bell. And I was like, oh, that's what I want. I want Taco Bell. And they were like, all right, we want Taco Bell too. And so I was nervous because I was like, man, I would be so sad if my kids don't like Taco Bell.
They never had it.
No, because they literally only eat In-N-Out.
Oh, okay.
They're obsessed. We
You're
live
not
fucking,
leaving.
you know,
They're saying $100. Dom starts crying. Dad, we're leaving.
it's $100 for In-N-Out is too much.
You're paying it 100%, and they're getting in and out.
Guaranteed.
If I'm going to In-N-Out, I'm paying $100. I want one of those 1942s that fucking they were handing out at
Sparklers.
the
You want
Oscars
sparklers?
today with the straw.
What if they brought out your burgers with sparklers like you were at a nightclub?
Yes, fine. I want my goddamn kids' names on a sign.
Yeah.
Yes,
$100.
Dummy and Miles. Woo!
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
I like
Did
it.
your kids, how'd Taco Bell go?
So Dummy had a crunchy beef taco.
Okay.
Loved it.
Okay.
Miles had a
Not a
nachos Bel
gordita.
Grande. What?
Not a gordita.
No, he just had a regular. Because Haley didn't know what to order because they have never had it. We've gone, but they've never wanted to eat it. So he had a taco, and Miles had a nachos Bel Grande. Fucking loved it.
Yeah. This makes me want
I
Taco
was
Bell.
very nervous because I was like, I'd be so sad if they
Yeah.
didn't like it,
Yeah.
and they fucking loved it.
I mean, you can't not love Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I actually
It's-
ordered. It's really embarrassing. I ordered a the breakfast burrito
Yeah.
In the morning?
in the morning.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
not
there's
even-
a lot of
I'm not even mad at you.
Go to Dialogue. Get a good breakfast burrito.
It was great.
That's what I do every morning.
What?
Dialogue breakfast burrito.
No way.
Yeah.
So the Dialogue.
No, but I just felt like I needed to kind of treat myself to something kind
I get
of
it.
really.
The
I'm
Dialogue
not judging
breakfast burrito,
at
I'm
all.
not
I think it's a
joking.
great idea.
Dialogue breakfast burrito is fucking heavenly.
It's so good.
So good.
It's so good. Okay, so look, more people are going to start doing it. The internet didn't love it. I don't think it really matters. I also think it depends on what the numbers say. And I also think it depends on how hot your restaurant is. I've seen a lot of places with a lot of lines, and those places have never been Wendy's.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're hitting their surge like once a month.
Yeah.
That's great. Here's the
Drama,
big
what
topic.
is Zyn? I feel like it's a white thing.
Well, you know what Zyn is. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And I sort of accidentally advocated for it, even though I'm not a Zyn user. But the internet's favorite product,
Yeah.
I would say the youth's favorite product, Zyn.
Is that from the vape or is it different?
No, they're little pouches.
Okay.
So what they are, so Zyn is they're little, round containers that sort of look like, what you would expect like chewing tobacco to come in. But they're little nicotine pouches. It's not something where it's not tobacco, like you don't spit or anything like that. You pack them in your cheeks and people love them. I mean,
There's no tobacco in them.
no,
There's a narrative about nicotine being good for you, right?
I will continue that narrative and say that it's good for you in the sense, like I think good for you is a tricky term,
Okay.
but I would say that while I am no doctor, the amount of looking into it that I've done, it would appear that it has some negatives, but it's like a stimulant. It's like a sort of like caffeine.
Okay.
It is nootropic. It's good for your brain and focus and things like that. There is some research that looks like it could potentially stave off things like dementia and things like that long term. That I don't know how proven that is, but it's like kind of emerging.
Nicotine's hot on TikTok.
It seems,
And it's
I
not.
believe that.
It's very confused with cigarettes and smoking and blah blah
Yeah,
blah. But
because
it's
cigarettes is the tar. The tar is what causes cancer, right?
right. So and also smoke, burning something and inhaling it into your lungs is not what our lungs are made for. So like what a lot of doctors say is it's the delivery mechanism that's the problem. It's not the nicotine necessarily. Now, is it good for 16-year-olds to just be packing their gums full of Zyns and fucking nicotine out of their face? Probably not. It also is really highly addictive.
Yep.
But so is caffeine. Like if I don't drink, the same amount of coffee every day, I get headaches. And I'm not like a huge coffee drinker, but
Yeah. I can't imagine.
And by the
you
way,
are.
the problem with coffee in America is thanks to Starbucks, it's not a black coffee.
right.
It's
I mean,
a
D has
1,000
a-
calorie.
Right.
D has a whole.
I have iced coffee with almond milk chocolate every morning.
Chocolate. What's the chocolate?
Chocolate almond milk.
Is that like super sugary?
It's not like insanely sugar. It's like
How many grams?
here's the thing is I let's say I take my cup. We put our coffee in the fridge the night before. So I want iced coffee. I put maybe a quarter cup of almond milk that's chocolate flavored.
That's not much.
It's not much.
I don't
Right.
know.
So no big deal. But I drink straight up black coffee. But if I don't,
I know, but like most people in America are not drinking
No.
black. They're drinking a frappuccino with whipped cream
Right.
and Ozempic.
right. But all that I'm saying is, I don't think they talked about banning this and the Congress kind of
No. This is I'm like picking my not financial advice stock pick.
yeah.
Zyn came into the US first in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
It was only available nationwide in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, 127 million cans were shipped.
That's
2000
so crazy.
2023, 1.3 billion cans were shipped. It is owned
It's
by
Philip Morris. Yeah.
Philip Morris.
They bought it.
They bought it
Oh wow.
from a Swedish company
Yeah.
in 2022. Philip Morris is back.
Yeah. They found their.
They have a 9% dividend yield on fucking Philip Morris right now.
Yeah.
Zyn is like the equivalent of the hottest sneaker clothing brand.
Right.
And to be fair, unclear if it has any negative impact on society. We don't know
I do
yet.
think, and let me just say, I do think that there is some probably like, some maybe cardiovascular. There could be some artery. It might constrict vessels and things. Yeah, like
like the vaccine.
Yeah.
Interesting. You want to go down that rabbit hole?
Can we please not?
I don't think that I don't want to act like, I know no one's here to take my medical advice, but I don't want to act like, oh, it's all good. It's fucking nothing. Like, it's not nothing. The same way caffeine isn't nothing, but I don't think it's not something that on the list that Congress should be looking at.
I mean, until Congress bans TikTok, alcohol, and fast food, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about Zyn.
Right.
I'm serious. You gonna ban TikTok?
I agree.
I mean, when you read these articles
TikTok,
about
alcohol, or
guess what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm buying Philip Morris stock.
buy a Zyn, pop a pouch
you're
in.
actually not going to buy it.
I will.
Someone will.
I will
and they're
buy
going to
it.
make a lot of money.
No, I will
Pop
buy
in
it.
a pouch.
I'm buying.
I think you need to buy some stock, but also pack your bottom lip full of
What's
some
Philip
Zyn.
Morris's
Feel the
market
rush.
cap?
What?
Can you look?
Yeah.
Not
It's
high
nothing.
enough.
It's nothing.
Is it over 150 billion?
It might not be anymore.
If it's not, then
73 billion.
oh yeah, that's free money.
The dividend yield is 9%.
This is free money.
This is not stock advice.
This is not investment advice by Philip Morris.
But
Can I give you little numbers here? Last 12 months, Philip Morris had 20 billion of revenue. Do you know how much profit they did?
What?
Take a guess?
20 billion revenue.
4 billion profit.
11 billion. That's worth $73 billion.
Wait, what did
It's
you
a
just say?
very
20 billion revenue, 11 billion profit.
How did it have 11
Operating
billion?
income. Let me see what the net income
I mean,
is.
Yeah.
Net income, 8 billion.
Damn.
So it's trading at
9x.
9x EBITDA. And
9x?
They have the hottest
And
product.
they have the hottest brand on earth.
I think Ozempic
Oh my
and Zyn.
God.
If you go long Ozempic and Zyn,
I
that's
would do Novartis and fucking Philip Morris.
You know, we've made a lot of people a lot of money on this pod.
I think I'm putting everything I own into fucking Philip Morris. It just seems like the right bet.
yeah.
Not
There's people that I
financial advice.
know that I see on a daily basis. And
It's zinning.
no. I know a lot of people zinning. I mean, that have made thousands and thousands of dollars from investing in things we talk about.
I think you're right, D. Philip Morris is a no-brainer.
9% yield.
9% yield, 11 billion of profit.
8 billion.
Or sorry, 8 billion.
Yeah.
8 billion of profit.
So what's the worst? The stock goes up 6% a year. You get the 9%. You're at
God
15%.
damn, it's great.
What was I gonna say? Zins and fucking
Zinfandel.
Did you see this?
This is not investment advice.
No, yeah. Did you see these articles that like about how so much of our heart disease and failure and those things are caused by plastic?
Yes, microplastic.
Like from our water bottles and things.
Yeah.
So when you ban plastic bottles, then come for the Zins. Until then, out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah. Out of my...
Like, you know what's funny is there was literally at the State of the Union, there was a photo of AOC.
Yeah, with Zyn in her pocket.
And it looked like she had the Zyn can. But here's the other thing, just so you know, in this, communist state we live in, we don't have the full range of Zyns that they have like in other states.
Are you
like,
pulling out some Zyn right now?
No.
What are you doing, John?
God damn it, here's the real
Fucking
Zyn.
pack it in. Everyone gets one. They have different like strengths and flavors and stuff. And we don't have flavors. We banned menthol cigarettes and flavors.
God damn it.
No freedom.
Yeah.
All right. Here's one. D, you don't know much about this because you don't bring wallets to restaurants, but there's kind of like a little bit of a, I don't know how to say this, like a little bit of a thing that restaurants want you to know. without explicitly announcing it on their front billboard. You know that big group you planned on coming with?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 people? Please don't.
Seats taken.
Seats taken. We'd rather you not. We're kind of like a 3 and below.
Yeah.
So you might think like, oh, it's probably great for a restaurant. I'm going to go do my birthday there. I'm going to go with a big group. We're going to order drinks. Everything's going to be great. Restaurant probably loves it. No, they hate it. They hate you. Take your big group and get on out of here.
Take your big fat group and
Take
get out
your
of here.
big fat group and stop sucking down all of our soda and get on out of here.
So the problem with big groups is a huge Wall Street Journal article, and it was around the fact that big groups take too much time.
Oh,
That is why they don't make money on
the
big groups.
turnover.
Too much
Yes.
yapping.
You want a party at 2. You know what a party at 2 is doing? Sitting on their phone and getting the fuck out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I always, at the end of like, as soon as my food is done or almost done,
Check.
I don't even, the moment the waiter comes close, I hand my card.
I do the
I'm
same.
not a lingerer unless I'm with a big group.
Yeah, big group, you can't be that person.
No.
You just got to suck it up.
and you don't want to pay for everyone.
Plus everyone's just
Yeah.
kind of chilling, slowly milking their
Yeah, and I think
drink.
what the reality is in this environment where labor has gone up, food costs has gone up, restaurants are trying to optimize. And when you look at the traditional restaurant experience, you would think the big group is what restaurants want. But if you try to book, so because we've had a couple company events recently, I forgot where we were, some random city, we tried to book like a restaurant for 20 people, and the minimum that they wanted for the 20 people was insane.
A restaurant wanted a minimum?
Yeah, like every restaurant now, when you
Was it
book
a
big
major
group-
city?
What?
Major city or no?
Yeah, I think it was a major city. I forgot where we were, but like it was way cheaper just to make 5 reservations of 4
That's crazy.
in the same area than a 20-person reservation.
If you would have asked me before this article, I would assume they loved it.
No, they don't, and it takes too long. And if you don't set the minimum, like you're not setting a minimum for a group of 6. You're just not in a restaurant. It would look down upon. So what the better thing is and I noticed this because if I'm not in LA and I need to make a reservation on Open Table or Resi or one of those places, and I make a res for 6 or 8 or whatever it is, it's impossible to find restaurants.
Mm.
And now when I read this article, I was like, oh, okay. You don't want me.
Yeah, it's not what I expected. The times are changing.
Yeah. Pretty fascinating.
It really is. It just continues to also blow my mind just like the different stories that are happening. Like on one hand, things are like,
but it's actually a testament to the economy, and American consumption is just absolutely out of this world.
but like, what? Tell me how that relates.
No, in terms of that, a restaurant can say like, "Hey, I don't even care about your party of
Right.
6. I know we're going to make money no matter what."
But wouldn't you think
Right?
that like, right. But
Yeah.
wouldn't you think that like you could add more staff then? Like to take care of it or like
They
add more?
can't even hire the employees.
You can't hire people.
That's what's so weird. That's what I was kind of getting at. Is like there's these two, so like things are so good, but then like you can't even hire anyone. But then
Yeah.
everyone's struggling, but then everyone's having a great time. But then everyone's
And then crypto's back now, so you're going to have a huge surge in consumption.
And Zyn.
Zyn will be hot.
Yeah.
Philip Morris is probably the no-brainer stock. You know how we called Meta? I called Meta 21
Right.
of
What
like,
if Philip Morris becomes like an AI stock? Everyone who loves AI loves Zyn.
AI Zyns. I'm telling you, I bet you all those little programmers
What is
are
Zyn again?
powered by Zyn.
Can you please tell me what Zyn is?
I just told you.
It's
You just
nicotine.
pay attention.
What do you need some Zyn? You'll focus. Get some nicotine coursing through those veins. It is nicotine pouches. It's just little pouches. You pop them in your gums and they're just in there fucking coursing nicotine through your veins. And then you can tell when it sort of dies, kind of like a piece of gum would die, like it runs out of juice. And you spit it out.
And honestly,
Pack another one. Some people
and
double pack.
I know I said
Some
this
people
like
top deck, bottom deck.
I kind of said this 25 minutes ago, but nicotine has become like a Gary Brecka, Peter Adia
Right.
like thing.
Right. I think there is a chance. I don't want to
It
say
could
this
be
now.
Ozempic.
No, I think that it could be like, I don't even know what's similar. Like, I think there's a chance that in a few years, nicotine is looked at as like coffee.
Yeah. I don't.
Like it's a stimulant. It's a, give me a Zyn, pack that puppy in, give me a Starbucks double espresso. I'm fucking running through walls. I'm going to any meeting, doing any podcast. And I don't know, there's rumors that.
By the way, just so people know, Philip Morris is basically banned in America from doing any marketing.
Right.
They can't do fucking billboards. They can't do TV.
So why don't we
They can't spend $1
Can
and
we
they're the
start
hottest product on earth.
Right.
Can we start a Zyn product?
What?
Can we start a Zyn product?
We can't market it.
Oh, a pouch? Yeah.
Why don't we just fucking put our money into Philip Morris and shut the fuck up?
You're getting 10-20%.
I'll take it.
Let's pack our cheeks full of Zyns and fucking start a competitor. Imagine the taste testing. You're like just packed in there.
Every episode, boom, Zyn.
If I brought Zyns, would you guys pop one in for an episode?
I
I'll
would
try
do
one.
it. I would do it if we can sell it.
They'll
Go
what?
sell your own Zyn. Walk around.
No,
Sell
I said-
Zyn.
Start a vending machine, Zyn vending machine. Bam, combine everything
Oh
from
my
this
God.
episode.
Fuck.
There you go.
We do ID check. Boom.
Bang. There you go. From this whole episode, we just came up with a
Oh
brilliant
my God.
passive
Zyn vending
income.
machines. Holy shit. We might be billionaires now.
Passive Zincome is what we call
We
it.
finally had a
Passive
good
Zyn
idea.
income.
Oh my God.
Finally, after 5,000 episodes, we finally got one.
I don't think that's the best business idea.
Yeah.
Imagine you ID check.
Right.
You get the Zyn. It's a facial recognition.
Who's ID checking, Josh?
No, it's literally
Just hire a
facial
security
recognition.
guard.
It's facial. We partner with Clear.
AI.
Clear.
Yeah.
You get, okay, you show up. We know how old you are. Boom.
Or you can
get
put
your
it in
Zyn.
bars. Put it in bars. Put it in places that are 18 and up.
Put it everywhere.
Okay. I'm down. We're rich.
Oh my God. I'm not even joking. It's the best fucking
who
idea.
can actually make it happen? Can someone DM D Drama or me?
Yeah, if anyone just has a lot of hustle, a lot of
We need
grit.
Clear meets vending machine.
Zyn. I think nicotine's the future.
I do too. I actually do.
I've heard this from a lot of like kind of health folks.
Yeah, I do. I then once again, like there could be some kind, I don't think anything devastating, but there could be like, is it really worth it? I don't know. Like
It's
down the
the
road. But
tar
it
is the
doesn't-
problem. It's not nicotine.
But it's not just the tar. I just want to reiterate it, because for instance, there's no tar in vapes, but you can't burn things and inhale them. That's just bad. Our lungs aren't made for that. But just having a little pouch in your lip, if you just study nicotine, it doesn't seem to be.
All right. Well, I don't care about all that. Zyn vending machine and Mullen.
I agree. Let me tell you the last thing is that there is like this rumor, which I don't even know if this is possible because it would be so illegal, but maybe there's a roundabout way because they've been known to be tricky. That Zyn is so, I mean, it's like on every podcast, you got to keep in mind, what did Joe Rogan just do? Joe Rogan at the UFC last night on commentating. We know how big the UFC is. On the counter in front of him is a pack of beef jerky and a Zyn carton. Every podcast, every Theo
And it's
Vaughn.
illegal to market it.
Right. Full Send made a viral video flying in a helicopter, the world's biggest Zyn cartridge to give to Tucker Carlson. Every interview, Tucker Carlson talks about it. It is like the type of marketing that
You couldn't dream of.
you couldn't dream of. That would cost billions of dollars and still you probably couldn't even pull it off. And they're getting it, quote unquote, for free. So there's like, everyone's like, how are they doing?
I don't believe it's free, but sure.
Right. But how would you? Like, I remember reading an article that when it became illegal to market cigarettes in bars, Philip Morris or whoever would buy like Marlboro red coffee tables and put them in all the bars just to make people think about Marlboros.
Yeah.
You have to do some weird trickery. But I wonder how they would get away with, what do you pay the Nelk boys as what?
You figure out how to pay them.
Yeah.
There's ways around it.
I like it.
You
This
know
is
what
an
else is?
obvious idea. I think this is as big as we decided Ozempic was going to be.
Right.
Zyn might be the next.
I
Yeah.
also don't know if this is true or not, but for the sake of our business, something that went really viral was
Can we start a group chat Zyn? Can someone launch it for us that listens to the podcast?
Yeah, I'm sure someone will DM us and say, hey, I want to take this on. Anyway, there was a photo that went viral of like the Zyn shelf at Costco. Because it's just like stacks and stacks of Zyns. Anyway, I'll bring some Zyns to the next episode. Pop them in. Live your product. See if you get a little extra focused.
All right, let's try it.
There you have it. Don't get a nicotine addiction because of this episode. Or do.
No, we need you to.
This is not investment advice. Thank you for listening. Shout outs.
Let's do some shout outs.
Okay. Let's do some
Let's
shout outs.
go.
And then everyone have a great week. See you Wednesday.
All right, we're going to hit it to some shout outs. The first one is actually, we relaunched our newsletter, and shout out to Sean Paul, who's been writing them, and we've been testing it with a small audience. And now we are ready to relaunch it out to the universe. It'll be on our Instagram page. So check out for the link, and you'll be able to sign up if you want to. It's very detailed. So if you're a hardcore Kathy, links to the articles, commentary on some of the stuff we talk about. It's very well done. Next shout out is from Julius B. Sup fellas, I wanted to give a shout out to my son Ezra, celebrating his 8th birthday on March 12th. Wow. He's been listening to the pod with me since day one. Happy birthday from your mom, dad, and your 2 sisters, Brooklyn and Malaya. Wow, that's awesome. 8 years old. Kid must be a genius. Next, from Elijah. So if you don't know, Elijah was on the pod probably last year, maybe summer or spring. He's a longtime listener. He's down from, I believe, New Orleans. And he was on American Gladiator, like the show, or American Ninja Warrior. I think that was the show. And so he was in LA, and he came on the pod, talked about his whole experience and how far he made it. And so unfortunately, he's had some tragedies strike his life and his family. So we wanted to give him a big support. So what happened was him and his wife and her childhood home, which is where they live now, burned down in a tragic house fire. Luckily, they made it out safely, along with the 13 cats and 5 dogs, which was a huge blessing. But unfortunately, we did lose everything: clothes, possessions, and a lot of memories. She has been so strong throughout this process, and I'm very proud of her resiliency. So, Kathy's, I know y'all got money. Y'all are riding the S&P 500 to the 52-week high, the NASDAQ. I'm sure a lot of you are trading NVIDIA. Crypto is back. We're going to put the link to his GoFundMe. $5, $10, whatever you can do. It's in our Instagram. It'll be in the show notes, and we'll try to put it in the YouTube as well. We got to support Elijah and his wife. They're really good people and longtime Kathy's. All right, everyone, have an excellent week. We will see you back here on Wednesday.